Stephen Shields Radio Show.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Stephen Shields Radio Show here. Going live on Rumble. Social audio, pretty much. Live streaming the podcast, but just with audio instead. This is a good platform for a change. But there's been a lot of things happen economically. Also, too, I'd like to pass on my respects to all the Anzacs who fought for our nation, lest we forget. Tomorrow, the 25th of April, is Anzac Day, and it's a day of respect for all our men and women who fought for our country and to give us freedom, because, you know, our veterans, they fight for the government, but they never get anything in return, and even now, our veterans in the Defence Force need to have more care, more mental health support, because it's quite sad, and basically you risk your life, you know, for the government, and you get nothing. But Anzac Day is a day where we pay our respects to veterans who fought in World War One and Two. It's a day of respect, Anzac Day, as well. As with, I saw on the news this week about Albo was cranky about Elon Musk on X. Now, if you notice on X, they do have more freedom with content that's going up, of course. Lydia Thorpe said she was going to be deleting her X account because she claimed that Elon Musk was supporting hate speech. I saw a it was from Pauline Hanson, and I reposted it, or what do they call it? Re-exit or retweet? I retweeted it because I thought this was interesting to point out that the issues that are suffering, we are dealing with in technology is pretty much an ongoing battle, I guess. I suppose that, inflation as well has apparently come down to 3 point. I'll give you an update right now. What we can see in Australia. 3.6%. The Reserve Bank of Australia, inflation today for the March quarter of 2024, 3.6%. It is good that it's gone down. I'd like to get it down to 1%. I think that look, my Vodafone, for instance, what my plan went up today by $4. They put the plan up $4 now. I mean, everything's gone up, of course. The cost of living's gone up. There's nothing that you can do about the cost of living crisis and why it's gotten more expensive out there in the real world. In the rental market, of course, it's still a problem where people are trying to basically just look for a roof over their head, because that's what's going on. Trying to look for, keep a roof over their head, and it's just getting hard. But I think the more that I'd say we can start, Australians are realizing that Anthony Albanese completely stuffed us up, stuffed everything up. I believe that for me, going ahead, it's like, well, what else is out there in Australia right now that we need to basically realize that people are just I mean, I'll keep saying this over and over and over and over and over again and again and again and again and again and again that there's a lot of, I don't know, like, I don't understand how also to someone can decide to go and stab a church. I think was it a church pastor, it was in the news. A church sermon, and I mean, sick behavior like this. And it's like, well, I think that it's just quite sad. I believe in I definitely believe in yeah, just trying to live the best life that we can live. But then it gets to the point where it's like, well, I think that sooner or later, all this chaos going on is just ridiculous. Clearly, domestic violence in Australia as well is bad. I think our justice system has failed society as well. It's not just that, it's the cost of living crisis, the justice system favouring criminals over good people. And it's like, well, what's happened to us here right now? And that's what's happened in Australia. We have a failed justice system here. And yeah, that's what's happened. Definitely am wondering, well, how did it get to this point here? And where we are. Chris Minns, I hope, can, bring justice for this poor lady who recently passed away. Yeah, I mean, I'm just quite sad about it. Really sad that, yeah. But, karma will catch people who are doing domestic violence on purpose. And just, yeah, karma will catch you. And one day it'll all backfire on you. And if you're doing cowardly things, it'll come and get you. There's been a problem too with councils using paperless fines, like parking fines, for instance, and people are getting pissed off about it. Now, the ScoMo government tried the paperless system during the pandemic, but it clearly hasn't worked because people get it in the mail a couple of weeks later. You know, I think that there is an element of control here. Um, I just think that, it seems to me you pay your hard-earned money and then for your rates to the council. And then you basically get nowhere as well. Now, this man named Daniel Billings from the, quote, Daily Telegraph, he's charged with murder over Molly Ticehurst in Forbes in Australia and was released on bail. You can read more detail in the news as well. But this is just quite sad how people with this nature using stalking, intimidation, harassment, bullying, think they can go around getting away with it to overpower someone. Like I said, karma will catch you. And you'll be the one paying the price for it one day. So it seems that this is our failed justice system for Australia. And something's got to change. Really, something has got to change. But this is what I'm here on the podcast about, is to this guy has been charged with murder, and yet the justice system has failed and he's been released. I don't understand. I do not understand it at all. And so this is our justice system in Australia. It's just gone. Other than that, The Canterbury Bulldogs as well, they've got a bye this week. So they get the 2 points. That's going to be good. Pretty much last week, they played wonderful footy. They were able to win against the Knights. The Knights, I don't know, something happened between Reid Marnie and another Knights player in the dressing room. I think it was during half time. And all of us, yeah. But the Bulldogs really, they look like they were a team. They look like a team, literally, just moving the ball, keeping the ball moving. And that's how a footy team should be going. Should be keep on moving that ball left to right, and they're really in form at the end of the day. Playing fantasy, NRL fantasy, which is fun. I prefer classic over draft. I find draft is just boring. Yeah, so enjoying that. And Kalen Ponga as well, I think's injured. I don't think he will be playing this week. I've traded him out. And, I've traded Nathan Cleary out of my fantasy team. I may end up buying him back later in the season. But yeah, hopefully, whatever you do with your team, you just basically, just keep staying consistent with it as well. So hopefully the Bulldogs, Canterbury, Bankstown Bulldogs can have a better season this year, play like a footy team like that. Did very well against the Newcastle Knights. So hopefully some good entertaining football coming up. In Australia, before I go, a lot has changed. I think that, what can I say? Yeah, I was reading an article in the Daily Telegraph as well, speaking about how things have changed. Coffee, for instance. As you know, I like to drink my coffee when I go out shopping. There's talks of them starting to put a small cup of coffee up to around $6.20 or something soon. Currently pay about $5, I think $5.80 with almond milk for a cappuccino. That's for a small. Now, I can remember 10 years ago, 12 years ago, for a small cup of coffee, it used to cost you about like $3. If you decided to get the almond milk, it used to cost you about $3.50. But now, since inflation, supply and demand has taken over, because to import coffee beans, of course, floods, natural disasters have something to do with it. all of a sudden the price of the coffee beans goes up with the shipping costs. So you notice in some places charging more, some nearly $7 for a cup of coffee. So where does it draw the line for us coffee drinkers out there? See, I'm thinking, well, should I cut back on coffee and maybe just get a thermos and make it my own, or just cut back to once or twice a week? So that's what I'm considering. I said to Vodafone, when I went to Vodafone today, Narellan, Townsend, I said, look, if you guys keep putting up my monthly, my phone plan, because I'm on a SIM-only plan, unfortunately, I'll have to change provider if you keep putting it up, because how come? It's gone up $4 again. But that's just how it is, I guess. It's yeah. But other than that, the Sony network's pretty good. I'm enjoying the video games. Keep on playing video games. I am. Takes my mind off things. Takes my mind off all the garbage that is going on today. But yeah, hopefully. I'm just sick and tired of hearing about these Donald Trump lawsuits going on, where you're just hearing about the same crap over and over again from the left wing media, making up stories as they go along. That's sort of getting quite old as well. Yeah, no, it's a great show today, guys. It's just great to be back on air at the moment on the podcast. It's great to do this. Podcast, to just get back into the swing of things as well. Please share any of your favorite episodes on social media as well. It helps the podcast to grow. Please also subscribe so you get notifications every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time as well. And yeah, you can find me on Rumble, YouTube, Odyssey. I'm on X, Instagram, Gab Social, Getter, Truth Social, Facebook as well. I wish everyone all the best. And bye for now.